Like, I really want that floor to ceiling window apartment downtown. But am I going to go pay $3,000 for that, knowing that I only get $2,000 every 2 weeks in my check? No. This video came as a request from you guys in the comments. You wanted to know how I spend my check, how I have it set up, as far as how it's broke down. And so I'm here to provide the deeds for y'all. This is for the new nurse practitioners, the girls that want to be nurse practitioners, so that you can figure out what to do. I feel like a lot of us did not get taught in childhood about, you know, investments and how to set your check up. And I learned from YouTube videos, TikToks. I am not an expert. I am not a financial expert. I'm just telling y'all what I do with my money. You hear that loud and clear. I am not the expert in finance. This is just what I do. So if you want to see what experts do, I would say go look at experts' videos, okay? There's a lot of videos out there that you can go and look at. These are just tips from me and what I do. All right, girl, let's get into it. Everybody wants to hit that 6-figure mark. I remember telling myself all the time, like, I just got to hit 6 figures. I just got to hit 6 figures. I hit 6 figures as an RN. I hit over 6 figures when COVID happened and I went to go be a travel nurse. So as an NP, obviously you make over 6 figures, but I'm here to tell you that 6 figures is not the magical number. It's not a lot of money like how we think it's gonna be once we hit it. I live a good lifestyle, don't get me wrong, but 6 figures is not give me what I want. I want the floor to ceiling windows, penthouse downtown. I can't afford that with the 6 figures. But we're not going to talk about restrictions. We're going to talk about structure. We're going to set up a budget. The budget is not for restrictions. It's about structure so that you know where your money is going and that you can be intentional with your money. When I got my first check, I asked myself, what do I want to do with this money? It was the most money that I've ever made on a check just working my few days. You guys know I only work 7 days a month. I work 24-hour shifts. And when I got my first check, I thought it was wrong. I even called my boss and I asked her, like, is this check right? When you get your first nurse practitioner check, or at least when I got mine, that's when I had my sign-on bonus on that check. I had my relocation bonus on that check. And then I had also got a raise before I even started because of the cost of living raise. So I was just so confused. Like, where's all this money coming from? Do I need to give something back? So then I got serious about my plan. What do I need to do? Because this is the most money that I've ever made just working my regular shifts, not doing any overtime. And so I wanted to be very intentional with my money. Just to break it down, how I break up my check, it's in categories. I have the essentials bank account, which I'll go over. I have my savings account, which is a high yield savings account. I have my investment account, which is my 401k through my job, and my Roth IRA, and my brokerage account that I picked specific investments for. And then I have an account separate just for my car maintenance. We all know that that's going to come all the time anyway. It's like your car just knows when you have money, and so it just requires money. So I just have a separate account set aside for that. And then I have a separate savings account set aside for helping people, because when you're a first generation college student, most of the time your family is not where you are financially, and they do require help. And so I don't ever want to loan out what I can't give, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't ever want to put myself in a bad situation. So therefore I have a savings account set up for that. And then I have an account just for my lifestyle, the things that Joy wants to do, because Joy spends a lot of money. And if you know what my Amazon account looks like, you know I spend a lot of money. I'm trying to quit that though, so we'll get into that as well. I loosely follow what's called the 50-30-20 plan. Mine is a little bit different. Mine is more like 40-20-20-10 plan. So let's talk about what that looks like. My essentials account is going to include all the things that's going to come out automatically every month. You know, the things that you know that you need to have, like money for gas, money for rent, money for a light bill, money for phone bill. Those things come out of my essential account. When I pay those things, I pay them with my Capital One Venture X card. That is my travel card. It's very important, if you are a person who loves to travel, to get a travel card. I have two. I have the Amex Gold card, and then I have the Capital One Venture card. Both of those cards allows me to get points. If you want to travel and you want to be able to book your flights for free, this is how you do it. You put all of your things on those cards and then you pay them off every check. That's what I do. If you're not a responsible person, if you're working on your credit and you know that you can't do that, then don't do that. I've already went through the whole bad credit situation and fixed my credit and got out of credit card debt. I'm no longer in credit card debt. And so I'm able to manage my money that way. And that's what I do. I'm very responsible and I make sure I pay those cards off every check. So if you're not one of those people, skip that or have a checking account, and that's where your essential bills will come out of. I'm also really big on not being house poor. So I don't ever want my rent to be a check, right? So not to tell you guys exactly what I make, because that's not my plan in this video. I'm not planning on telling you exactly what I make. We're going to use a loose salary that's close to my salary, which is around $140,000. That's going to be my loose salary. Okay, so if every 2 weeks my checks are $5,000, I do not ever want my rent to be more than half of that. And when we're talking about the $5,000, you have to remember that everything comes out at $5,000. Your taxes are going to come out at $5,000. Your retirement, your savings, all those things are going to come out at $5,000. So when I'm talking about what you're going to get, like what actually hits your account, may only be $2,000, right? So I don't want my rent to be $2,000 if that's what I'm only getting in that account. So make sure that you're not house broke. Make sure you budget the right plan for your rent. Don't just, like, I really want that floor to ceiling window apartment downtown. But am I going to go pay $3,000 for that knowing that I only get $2,000 every 2 weeks in my check? No. All right, then 20% is going to go for your emergency savings and my other savings account, which includes my car account. So my emergency savings account is set up in a high yield savings account. You need to open that as soon as you get your job. You can get a high yield savings account from plenty of places. Mine is through Capital One. Research and see what place is best for you. They're going to give you a higher interest rate than the bank, okay? But the interest rate is based off the government. So when I first opened my account, the interest rate I was getting was like 4%. Now it's not 4% anymore. I don't even know what it is. Probably like 3.5%. I haven't kept up with that. But it's a higher interest rate that you're going to get instead of getting it at your bank. So figure out what high yield savings account you want to open. They have them with everybody. So that's where my emergency fund is at. I make sure I put out $600 a month in that account. That just goes in that account. I don't mess with that account. That account is for if things happen, if I lose my job, if, you know, I can't go to work, anything that's bad that can happen, it's for that account. So that's what I'm saving money for. Then in my other savings account, which is also a high yield savings account, is my car account, because we all know that maintenance is required for your car. And I don't know what it is, but I just feel like cars know when you have money. In my other account, I have $200 come out of my check every month and it goes into that account, and I don't touch that account. I just leave it alone because I know eventually I'm going to have to pay for something. Whether it's the deductible on my insurance, whether it's new tires, whatever it is, I don't want to feel it when it happens. And I know I'm going to have to do it. So I just have it saved and it's just there. Another savings account that I have is for family. Like I said before, family is going to want to borrow money. It's just going to happen. So you have to decide what you're going to do. Like, what type of person are you going to be? I never ever loan out anything that I know I need back, because I don't ever want to be in a bad situation. I am one of those people that if I let you borrow $20 and you tell me you're going to give me $20 back Tuesday, I want my $20 back Tuesday. So that's the reason why it's really important for me to just not loan money out that I know I need back. I have a separate account. It's set up as a savings account. If somebody needs to borrow money, they get it from that account. If there's no money in that account, there's no money in their account. There's nothing I can do. I got that from Vivian. I don't know if you guys know Vivian, your rich BFF, but I follow her. And that's something that she said, do if you're a first generation college student, you're first to make, money. People feel like you won the lottery, but really you just go to work. And they ask to borrow money all the time, and it can be stressful. So in order to combat the stress, just have a separate account set over. If they pay you back, good, the money goes back in the account. If they don't, well, there's no money in that account. I just send $40 over there every 2 weeks into that account, and it just sits there for when people ask me for money. Now that you've secured the bag, let's talk about how to grow the bag. The most important thing you need to do is to make sure you set up your account with your investments, okay? So 2 apps that I use, Vanguard and Fidelity. Those are the 2 where I have my investments. When I worked in St. Louis, my investments were all through Vanguard. When I moved here to Houston, everything was through Fidelity. And so it just all worked out for me. So you can look at both of those and figure out where you want to set up your brokerage account. I also have my health spending account through Fidelity. So every 2 weeks I have $160 that come out of my checking account and it goes to my health spending account. That account pays for anything that is medical. So like my therapy, my daughter's therapy, any co-pays, I use that account to pay for that. What I do is I pay for whatever it is. Like if it's a therapy appointment, I'll pay for it with my Capital One card, get the points, and then I'll pay it off with my health spending account. So you can set that up with Fidelity as well. Okay, next is going to be moving on to my investments. That's where I'm going to have my 401k and my Roth IRA. With your Roth IRA, that money grows tax-free. So you're going to set that up with Fidelity. That money will come out your check automatically. It'll grow tax-free and it's free money, girl math, free money. Just set it up. Let me tell you something if nobody ever told you before. If your job matches what you put in, you need to match whatever it is. So if they say they give you 4%, you need to match 4%. Do not ever go below that. That is free money for your retirement. At 41, I often feel like I'm behind on my retirement because you guys know I did not start nursing until later in my life, right? I didn't go to nursing school until after, I was well past where I should be in saving for my retirement. And a lot of women do this when you're married and you're not working. He's saving for his retirement, but you're not. And that's what happened with me. So I often feel behind. So I'm trying to catch up. If your 20s, 30s match whatever that 401k is, at least put that in there. My gynecologist, who was a women's health nurse practitioner, told me this at 18. I did not listen to her, but she was like, you have to make sure that you put whatever they match in there. It's free money. It's free money. I picked that up in my 30s. Like, now I just shoot myself in the foot that I didn't do what she told me to do. So do what I'm telling you to do. Okay, so you're going to put in whatever it is. So my company matched 4%. I'm going to put the 4% into my 401k. And then I have a Roth IRA. I put in there 3%. It's not a lot. It's just enough to make me feel better. So I put that in. But you can max out your Roth IRA. This is what the government says that you could put in there every year. So make sure if you can, max it out. And then I have a brokerage account where I have investments in there. These are investments that I've learned about through other people's videos from YouTube, TikTok, those kind of things. Like I said before, I don't know anybody in my family who invests or anything like that. So I can't just call up my dad and say what investments to buy. I had to do my own research. I have these books that I use, and these books are, they're very good books. I'll link them down below. You guys can grab them from my Amazon storefront. But in my brokerage account, I have safe funds. Safe, if anything is safe, because it's in the market, but it's the S&P 500 and it's the Vanguard mutual funds, which is VOO. I have a couple other ones in there, but I'm not going to go over those because, like I said before, I'm not a financial advisor and I can't tell you guys what to invest in. Only thing I can tell you is get the books, read, and watch videos and do research, but open up your account. Just put in whatever you can afford. If it's $10, if it's $15 a check, whatever it is, but put something in there because you don't want to be 40. You don't want to be 50 feeling like you're behind. It's a small sacrifice for your future self. So if you did that for yourself at 20, once you get 50, your 50-year-old self is think about how thankful your 50-year-old self will be for like your 20-year-old self. Thank you, girl. If my 20-year-old self would have set me up and said I had $1 million in my retirement right now, I would love her. Thank you, girl. But my 20-year-old self was going through a lot, so I forgive her. But you are getting information now, so you need to take action now. I'm going to always do 10% for fun. Like I told you guys before, my Amazon account is crazy. I've literally gotten rid of Amazon at the end of this month. I'm cutting back, like it's over with. I don't have Amazon Prime anymore. I know I'm going to go through withdrawal. Between that and TikTok Shop, child, I spend a lot of money. So that 10% can easily go to 20, 30%. But I'm trying my best to cut back for the month of May. I'm cracking down on what's important to me and what's going to elevate me to the next step in my life. So this 10% is Amazon, it's fun money, it's brunch, it's going to Houston. And Houston also cost me a lot of money. So that's what that account is for. Guys, these accounts, they're all set up through my job, direct deposit. I don't have to think about it. Like I have it literally broke down what goes into what account. And I don't have to worry about it. My car payment goes into a separate account. Okay, I have literally another checking account for my car payment. It goes in there every 2 weeks, and then the car payment automatically comes out of there. I don't even want that car payment in the same account as my other stuff. The way my car is set up, it doesn't allow me to pay my car note with my credit card, so I don't pay it out of that essentials account. I just have another account just set to the side for my car note. The thing that I want you to take from this is this: set all of your stuff up automatic so it just comes out, and then have several different bank accounts with everything that you need. That way you don't have to worry about it. That way you don't have to worry about spending what doesn't need to be spent, or, you know, spending fun money when you don't have fun money. When the fun money account is zero, it's zero. So you know it's zero and you don't have to worry about it. I know it seems like this is high maintenance, but for me, it works for me because I'm a spender. I like to spend money, and I don't want to look up and I've just spent all my money. So this is what's helpful for me. If it's helpful for you, just try it and see. It costs nothing to open several bank accounts. My accounts are through Capital One, so I have accounts over there. I have a Navy Federal bank account, I have a Bank of America, and I have a US bank account. So I have bank accounts in all different banks. Like, I don't want my money together. Now my savings is all in my high yield savings account, but other than that, the bills are in separate accounts. This breakdown gives me balance, and it gives me structure, and it gives me peace of mind because everything comes out automatically and I don't have to be stressed about making a payment. I would suggest to you, when you first start off making your money, whether you're a nurse or MP, you need to download a spending app so that you can see how you spend your money. That'll tell you where your money is going. When I did this, that's when I realized I'm spending hundreds of dollars on DoorDash, hundreds of dollars on Amazon. Like, girl, what is you doing? But when you're spending like that, you're not really realizing that you're spending like that. So when you first start off, you need to see where your money is going. Do that for a couple weeks, and once you figure out where your money is going, now you know what you need to do. And then you can always ask yourself before you spend that money, does this spending align with my goals? Like, I have a goal to save $15,000 by the end of the year. You guys put down in the comments, what goal do you have, so that we can work on our goals together. But my goal is to save $15,000 by the end of the year. And so when I'm making purchases, I need to ask myself, does this purchase align with my goals? Like, do I really need this? And another thing that I got from Vivian was, if it's a big purchase, just give yourself some time. Whether it's 24 hours, 48 hours, give yourself some time before you do it. Don't just buy it. Like, I'm an impulse buyer. I will just buy. But if it's over $50, I have to give myself a day before I buy it. That's another reason why I got rid of my Amazon Prime account, is because I could just click, right? But if you get rid of that Amazon Prime account, you need to have a certain amount in there in order to get free shipping. So then the stuff will just sit in there, and by tomorrow I'll ask myself, do I need it? And the answer most likely will be no. So I'm just trying to put systems in place so that I'm better with my money. You guys can do the same thing. Alright, so here goes some rapid fire tips that I'm just gonna give off to you. If you have a pen and piece of paper, you can go ahead and write them down. If not, you can sign up down below and I will email you this PDF so you can just print it off. Live off of one check if you can. Live off of one check. So if your check is $5,000, live off the $5,000 and put the other $5,000 up if you can. If you work overtime, if you have a side hustle, try to put that money up if you can in investments or your high yield savings account. Make sure you have a different fund for your vacationing time. Vacations are so important and they bring back the life in you. So if you don't have a vacation plan, you'll eventually experience burnout. So just make sure you have a separate account for your vacations. Don't compare your journey to anybody else. Like I said before, a lot of times I feel behind. I'm hard on myself. But at the end of the day, like, I know what I said before. My 20-year-old self went through a lot. So I forgive her. Do not compare your journey with anybody else. Use cashback points. When you use your card, you get free money. I'll link my card down below, the one that I use. You guys can sign up for that one if you want. Or there's other traveling cards that you can use, but use cashback cards if you're good with your credit. Do not wait until you make 6 figures to get your finances in order. Start today. Download the app today. Do not wait. There's no reason to wait. And like I said before, 6 figures is not the end all be all. It will not feel like anything once you get there. You don't have to be perfect with your money. You just need to be intentional. Budgeting is not for restriction, it's for structure. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I hope the check breakdown was helpful. I'm going to make a full PDF that's going to be completely free. If you guys want it, you can go ahead and click the link down below. It's going to have all these things for you so you can just set up your check the way that I have my check set up. And if this video was helpful, please send it to anybody that you know. Leave a comment down below and tell me what strategy you're going to use, if you're going to use any of them. Like I said, I'm very strict with the way my things are set up, but it keeps my anxiety low and it lets me sleep at night and have peace. Okay, if this video was helpful, go ahead and click this video and watch this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, pretty.